So far in my filmmaking journey, I've done a handful of videos with a full-on crew, the whole full-fledged production team. But I've done way more videos entirely by myself. Over the years, I've fine-tuned that workflow to a point where I like it and it works well for me. But at the same time, it's kind of holding me back from growing as a filmmaker. It's complicated. Let's talk about it. So recently I did a video with an artist named Malcolm Todd, who I've worked with a bunch over the past year or so. I've been reflecting since this video on my process and on creativity in general. And on this video, I consciously decided to do it by myself. Shooting, editing, sound design, color. Me and Malcolm had talked about a couple different houses that we were looking at renting for this video. He booked it, and I didn't even know which one it was until I got there. That's how unplanned this video was. I wasn't gonna ask someone to walk into this shitstorm that I knew it would be, but I know that for me, that's kind of where I thrive sometimes. So it made perfect sense for me to shoot this video entirely myself. And I feel like that process kind of falls under the category of a videographer. For whatever reason, in my mind, filmmaker and videographer are two different things. I'm trying to navigate this balance of, am I a videographer? Am I a director? Am I both? Am I a filmmaker? What is a filmmaker? What's a videographer? What's a director? I don't know, man. I'm figuring it all out as I go and going as I figure it out. And in the same way that gear doesn't necessarily make or break the production, I would argue the same is true for having a crew or having more than just yourself on a set. If you don't know how to use tools properly, they're just going to hinder your creativity and your process rather than help it. Sometimes simplicity is the best. When you have people on your set, you suddenly become responsible for their time. And I firmly believe that time is the most valuable thing that anyone has. So you don't want to be the person responsible for wasting someone's time. What this means is, if you're going to bring people on your set, you better have a plan. You better have things plotted out ahead of time so that you can stick to a schedule, respect everyone's time, while still getting a good product. However, what I've realized about myself is that I work really well when I have room to improv and just bounce ideas around. I'm not a really big routine guy when it comes to artistic things and creativity. We just knew a loose concept that he had roommates that kept interrupting his video, so we're kind of like breaking the fourth wall. We're clearly shooting a music video as the plot, and his roommates keep interrupting the video by getting in the shots, and that was kind of all we had.
I'm shooting a music video today.
Good ideas take time and they cannot be forced. And sometimes you need to just sit in the space that you're shooting in and just be still, be quiet, look around, breathe it all in, and just kind of feel the energy that's in that room. But one thing I do know for sure is that when I have a crew with me, I feel creatively detached from the project to some degree. I never picked up a camera to make money. I picked up a camera to make videos. I like making videos. I feel fulfilled when I make videos. And I found that the more roles that are filled by other people, the less fulfilled I feel at the end of the day. But the other side of this is that the product is usually way better. You need to understand your client first and foremost. They're not hiring you because, hey man, we want to really make sure that you feel creatively fulfilled by this project and we're going to pay you to feel that way. No, they're hiring you because they like the work that you do and they want a product from you. So your creative fulfillment needs to take a back seat, and the vision and the product needs to be the one driving. When I'm one-man banding a video, I can't focus on everything 100%. I'll set up a shot and I'm focusing on exposure and the focus, and that means I'm going to neglect what exactly is in the frame. It's tough to focus on the technical side while also trying to focus on giving direction. For this video, Malcolm and I were bouncing a lot of ideas off each other, and it was a very collaborative process. But for the most part, in the past when I'm doing stuff by myself, I find that there's a limited perspective. You don't have that other person or other people that you trust to arrive at the best idea. You kind of just have like an echo chamber of what you think, and you go with that. You can wear multiple hats on multiple days. You can always switch what you're doing. You can always change your mind. You don't have to just be one thing. I think that this balance of doing it all yourself or just being a director is something that you can do both options and at the same time work in the direction to just do one. So my plan for myself, my vision for myself moving forward is to continue to use this workflow when it makes sense, but really my dream is to be able to just step onto projects as a director and work with crews that I trust and that trust me, But I think to get there, I'm going to have to continue to shoot a lot of my own projects to prove myself as a director. But I think what's more important is that I work on relinquishing that control that I need to be doing everything. It's trial and error, it's repetition, and it's just chiseling away your process to fine tune it and find out what works the best for you, what brings you the most success, balanced with what brings you the most fulfillment. Thanks.
So I'm shooting a music video today, and I was just gonna ask if you guys like stayed out of the shots when I was shooting and just kind of stayed out of the way, didn't get involved. If that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally cool.
That it?
Yeah, that's it. So just for sure. Yeah, thanks guys. I love you guys. Those are my boys. I love this guy.